morning, and welcome to another 5 Minute Monday Mindset. And it is March 1st, and I am so excited because March 1st means that spring is around the corner, and that means that winter is going to be in our rear view mirror pretty soon. So, anyway, I'm always excited this time of year as I see the changes. So today I want to talk about the importance of writing things down. I'm sure you've all heard, different reasons. People have said you should do it, but you really don't know why. But before we get started, I want you to do something really quick. Think of three things. Three things. For example, a food item, a non-food item, and then something else completely different. Keep it simple. It can be one word, it could be a sentence, but do not write it down. Just think of three distinct things, okay, that are non-related. And I'll tell you why later. Okay, so think of those things, but don't write it down. We live in an age of so much information. The other day, my husband and I went shopping, and the hatch of our Toyota, for some reason, wasn't working, and the button that you push that should raise it wasn't working. And we were like, okay, what do we do? Guess what? Yeah, just Google it. You can Google anything. Immediately, there were videos, there were different explanations on how to do it and how to fix it. And so the thing is, years ago, I remember growing up with encyclopedias and, of course, the good old dictionary. And when I didn't know something and would ask, my mother would say, go look it up. And I think I did the same thing to my kids. Go look it up. But now it's not through paper, it's just on your phone. It's just on your device, your laptop, whatever. You can look up anything. But the problem is our brains are so overloaded. I know right now, this past week, and actually the past several weeks, on my laptop, it keeps coming up that I've got to start deleting things, saying that my storage is almost full. And that's the problem. We have so much information, we can't store it. And so when I get those notifications, it says it's going to affect how my computer runs. Well, guess what? The same thing happens with you and me. When we are bogged down by all of this information, all of the things that we have to do. Oh, I've got to remember to do this. Oh, I've got to call this person. Oh, yeah, I've got to make sure and do this. I've got to pay this bill. When we are bombarded by all of these things, not to mention things that are really, really, really important. I got to make sure and go to this doctor's appointment. I've got to make sure and take these vitamins or my supplements or maybe medications. We have so much, and yet we have devices like crazy, and yet we still struggle to remember these things. We have to get to the place where we write things down. And that can be on paper, which I tend to like, or digitally, but somewhere where you'll look at it again. But we've got to get to the place where we start saying, do I really want to take this on? Do I really want to start this new thing? Do I want to? We've got to be very picky about the things that we introduce into our lives. If we're going to read a book, which I think everyone should be reading, I love reading, but we need to make sure we're reading the right things, what we need. Some people spend hours mindlessly watching TV. I'm not against TV, but let's back away and say, okay, what are two shows that I really, really enjoy that fit me so that I can free up some space to do these other things? All right, now, my question. What are the three things I asked you to remember and not write down? Now, there will be some that'll like that, please, put a comment. Yes, I remembered all three. Or maybe you remember two. Let me know you remember two or one. But be honest if you can't even remember what the three things were. We are so bogged down. I know constantly I'll think, oh, I need to remember that. And then I go start something else, and then I don't. And I go, okay, what was that? What was that? Oh, it had to do with, and then we have this whole litany of things. Well, I was going to remember because it started with the letter A. I think it was A. So we have all of those things, but we've got to start releasing because we only have so much space up here. And when we are trying to do too many things at once, again, multitasking doesn't work. And now that's been proven. But when we are keeping these things up, it causes stress, it causes us to get anxious. And last year, some of you will remember I read a book called Sacred Rest. And she talked about rest in the different areas and how we need the mental, the physical, the spiritual, the emotional, all those different types of rest, even creative rest. But the issue with the mental, she, as a clinical or a medical doctor, she said a lot of the accidents that she used to see come through the ER were people that were maxed out. It leads to accidents, it leads to, anger and all of these different things. And in many cases, people were stressed out and coming to her with pains, talking about getting divorces, quitting their job, checking out on life, all because they had too much on their plate. So as we go into March, I want you to really begin to think, do I need to be doing all of these things? And then the most important things, write them down. When you do, your brain can say, okay, that's taken care of. So it can delete. Because it doesn't have to store it up here anymore because you've got it right here or you've got it right here. So let's make sure we do that. Also, ladies, I am starting in my private Facebook group, Healthy Living Made Easy. This month, we're doing a 31-day challenge to simplify your life. So check back later this morning. I'll be talking about that. And each day for the 31 days, there will be just a short little tip to start simplifying our lives. Because let's face it, all of us realize we are overloaded with so much going on. So anyway, definitely come back. Does somebody need to see this, hear this? Please. Also, if you remembered your 3 things, definitely let me know in the comments. If you remembered 1, maybe 2, put that. And if you're willing, admit, hey, I forgot all 3. Then put that too. But let that be a warning that it's time. Because if I were doing this, trust me, I wouldn't remember them either. So anyway, have an amazing week. And again, I'm so excited. At least where I live, it's supposed to be sunny all week. Get outside, enjoy some fresh air, some sunshine. And again, take care and God bless.